Welcome to High Desert Highlights. I'm Peyton Thomas. That's Steele Haugen. Steele, we are getting into the thick of it. The IMC really starting to take shape so far this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm loving it so far. And the teams at the top, they have a chance to jockey in a matchup tonight with two remaining undefeated teams.
Yeah, we didn't have to look very far. For a game of the week this week, Ridgeview 4-0, traveling to Summit 5-0. Storm leads 7-0 and driving. Guthrie looks wide for Wills Paneri, who hauls it in. Paneri all the way down inside the 5. Took a couple of different Ravens to get him down. Very next snap, Summit keeps things simple. Right up the middle, Max Shepard says, thank you very much for 6. Ridgeview now to work it. Pass on the out route to Danner Frost, and Frost, it's really that run after the catch ability. He breaks a tackle and up the sideline into the second quarter now. Ridgeview keeping on the gas, a long bomb. Gage Hobbs to Logan Lee, and Logan Lee scores.
Talk about some separation.
That keeps the Ravens in at 14-7. Summit can answer, though, late in the half. This is a 4th and 12 play inside the red zone. Summit need to get to the 2-yard line for a first down. The pass from Guthrie over to Paneri on the crosser is good for 11 yards, just a yard short, and turns the ball over. We go to the second half, and Summit strike first. Handoff left to Max Shepard, and, well, he kicks it straight into top gear all the way home. Summit then blocked a Ridgeview field goal and kind of coasted from there after the next drive. They win this one in the battle of the undefeateds, 35-14 Storm over the Ravens.
And have they not looked good or what?
Yep. Top team in the state according to the 5A rankings right now.
All right, now to Crook County. The Cowboys, they hosted the Mountain View Cougars tonight. The Cowboys, they look on offense. They're back to pass, but it's intercepted by Mountain View. That's Ryder Carpenter, who gets a few good yards before he's taken down. Now the Cougars, they're looking to score. Guess who? It is Carpenter on the left side, just walking it in.
Doing it on both sides of the ball.
Both sides, short punt. And guess who? Special teams, I guess, as well, because it's Ryder Carpenter. He gets the return. He's juking, he's weaving, he's running everywhere.
I mean, this is just what impact players do, is they make themselves a force in all parts of the game. Carpenter certainly that for the Cougars.
And he gets, as you can see, a few chunky yards before finally being brought down. Then Mountain View with the run, Angel Valenzuela with a mean stiff arm.
Get off me. This is the 1-2 running back punch of Mountain View. Both these guys just absolute bruisers.
And the Cougars, they do punch it in soon after. Crook County, they have the ball. They're looking to score. Sweet play. Michael McKinnon, he gets the angle, he gets the outside, and he takes it all the way, but it's a little too late. Mountain View goes into enemy territory and wins this one 42-13.
Yeah, and what a bounce back it's been from Mountain View since that loss at Summit. That was a tough game, and really they got the way paved for them if they keep playing this well. Now we head to a game from last night. Caldera is looking for their first win of the year against Redmond at home, and it's on homecoming night. But we start with a Panther deep shot. Wyatt Horner playing quarterback. Looks deep for a man. He's got Carter Walks. Later in the drive, Horner goes again back to the air. This time, it only finds the Wolfpack. Henry Boney with the interception. This one was scoreless at the half. Second half, Redmond driving. Horner, well, rolling left on the play fake. He hits Jaden Tynes, and Tynes makes it to the pylon, opening up the scoring late in the third.
And that's a good connection. That really opened up the offense there.
7-0 Redmond. Wolfpack need a response, and they bite off a chunk here. Preston Green goes deep for Sawyer Jennings, who comes down with it just outside the red zone. A few plays later, Caldera really threatening now. It's Green rolling out, fires it to Boney, and Boney stretches for the goal line, and he's in, barely.
What a good effort. Absolutely fantastic.
And after the catch, you can see it. Ooh, just keeping that knee off the turf and getting touchdown for Caldera. But check this out. Caldera mishandled the extra point, leaving them down by 1. The very next Redmond drive, a pass into the flat. Boney lays the hit on the Redmond receiver, knocks the ball free, and the Packer off and running. DJ scoops up and puts Caldera inside the 10. But now Caldera stalls out. 4th and 7, opportunity to try to regain the lead. Green scrambles to his left, looking for the end zone, and the Panthers hold strong. Caldera can't get any points, so still 7-6 ball game, but the defense holds. Redmond looking to punt. They snap it over the head of the punter, and that right there decides the ball game. Over the head of the punter for a safety. Caldera jumps ahead. What a heartbreaking loss for Redmond. Meanwhile, Wolfpack get their first win of the year in that odd fashion.
I know. I've never seen anything like that. And after the win, we did catch up with the Caldera head coach, Ryan Miller.
We had a tough go for the first 4 games, not coming out victorious in any of those. We thought we played well enough to win in all of those, but kids never gave up. They gave everything tonight, and we just made some key crucial plays. Hats off to Redmond. They played a hell of a game as well. Slugfest there going in 0-0. but the kids never gave up and we came out victorious.
And when you're 0-4, I don't think you really care how the wins come. Caldera, a huge first win in the column. That brings us to tonight's IMC scoreboard. Steele, Summit remains at the top of the conference, and then Mountain View still looking strong on the road.
Yeah, and I think those two teams wanted to send a message tonight, and I think they did just that.
All right, this week, Bend is in action, but it's a non-conference matchup. It's one that really could have playoff implications at Lebanon, and this was a game of explosive plays. For the first Bend touchdown, Caden Cooper looks deep toward the far pylon, and he's got his man inside the 10 who walks in for the score. Lebanon offense really kept pace throughout the whole 4 quarters of this game. Warriors retake the lead off of this scramble from the quarterback, dodging Lava Bear defenders left and right and making his way into the end zone. Into the third quarter, Bend down now 28-14, and Cooper again dropping back looking. It was a good game for Cooper. He had a number of passing touchdowns, finds his man on the crosser, another 70-plus yard play for the Lava Bears.
Wow, and they have that good balance of they can throw it deep, they can control the ball on the ground.
But the Warriors really the better team tonight, and we're one step ahead. They take down Bend 54-35 in an offensive shootout there in Lebanon. And Steele, this game really changes the outlook on Bend's season. Now, the saving grace for the Lava Bears, they are 2-0 in conference play, but really some tough games coming up the stretch. They have to play better, especially on the defensive side of the ball, when they face the Summits and Mountain Views in that conference.
Yeah, and we talked about this. They decided not to take a bye to face a tougher team to hopefully prepare them for the postseason. So we'll see.
And this is a team that can score points. As you can see, 152 points scored so far in 5 games this year. You saw that on display tonight as well. All right, now let's take a look at our updated 5A Intermountain Conference standings. Steele, and really the story right now is Summit at the top of the conference.
Yeah, and Summit and Ridgeview just lost their first league game, but we also saw Mountain View. They got their win after losing to Summit, and they're going to look to bounce right back to that top spot.
Yeah, and I don't think it'll take them too long for Mountain View to start climbing back up those conference standings. They had a non-con game a week or two ago. All right, more small school coming up after the break. Welcome back to High Desert Highlights. Steele, it's time for some of our smaller schools to get some love.
Got to give them some love, and then we're going to both Culver and Madras. They both had homecoming games tonight, and of course that always adds a little bit more intensity and drama. But we're going to start with Madras, my former school, the White Buffaloes. Who are they hosting? Well, another Central Oregon team, the Lapine Hawks. First half, this is Hunter Brown at quarterback. He's just swarmed right here, Peyton, by a herd of White Buffaloes on defense. They get the sack. Now it's nearly halftime, just about. This is freshman quarterback Julian Baharas, back to pass, intercepted out of the hands of Gavin Williams and into the hands of Wyatt Barker for Lapine. We're going to the second half quarterback change for the Hawks. That's Elijah Martinez now, and he finds Elijah Sparrow, who breaks free, and he's finally brought down by Orion Reynoso. But they're in scoring position. Look at that dart, that rifle from Martinez to Davey Taylor.
And this is the kind of Lapine offense we've been waiting to see all year.
And this is the extra point, but it's fumbled. The Hawks pick it up, looking to convert. No good, and this hit out of bounds. Madras did not want them to get that 2-point conversion. Now we're going to the kickoff. Lapine right after scoring. It's going to Madras, and kickoffs usually either some good things really happen or some bad things really happen. Let's find out on this one. This is Isaiah Cota, and he finds some room. He gets to the outside. He's gonna get caught. No, he's not. He's taking it to the house, Peyton. And the Buffaloes were on fire. They beat the Hawks 42-6. It was also homecoming night tonight, and we were there to capture some of those moments. Now, Orion Reynoso, one of my Pee-wee kids, scored a 2-point conversion and also won Homecoming King. Congratulations to him. And I caught up with the Queen, Nayeli Torres, as well.
I just won Hoco Queen. Super excited and super happy because I got to be with like a bunch of my friends that I grew up with. So yeah, it feels great. Like honestly, seeing the boys win. I mean, you know, seeing them doing good. It's high hopes right now. High hopes.
And those high hopes came true because Madras, like you heard, got a big victory over crosstown rival Lapine.
Yeah, and that's Madras' first win of the year, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Lapine still looking for their first win on the year. We'll keep tabs on the Hawks as well. Across the conference, Sisters also in action tonight. The Outlaws are on top of that conference, entering the night at Cresswell, but the Bulldogs draw first blood, and it happens off the screen pass. The receiver does most of the work there, avoiding Sisters tacklers. making his way down the sideline. Later in the quarter, Bulldogs back to pass, this time intercepted by Caden Morris. And how about this return from Morris? He gets the Outlaws great instant goal line field position, and they take advantage. Ethan Ebby runs it in for 6.
It's easy when you're right there. Your defense just puts you in the end zone.
Yeah, how about that? Starting a drive inside the 5-yard line, your opponent's 5-yard line. Into the second half, Sisters offense finding their groove. Ebby again off the handoff. He somehow pops out of that sea of bodies and finds the end zones. Outlaws getting things done through the air too. That was a touchdown pass to Tabor Garcia. Sisters a huge road win tonight, 35-21 over Cresswell.
And they're finding their stride right now as well.
They are, yeah. So Sisters with the road win, Sisters with the road win, Madras with the home win over Lapine, and really waiting for Lapine to kick things into gear.
Yeah, and Madras will be at Sisters next week for Sisters' homecoming game.
Well, that'll be one to watch. Now to our 3A standings so far this year, Steele, and really this was a wide open conference at the beginning of the year, and Sisters starting to emerge as really the class of this conference.
And I think that Cresswell win, it did really set them apart from everyone else. They still have the Pleasant Hill, the Hillbillies, who are always a tough team. But Sisters right there, they're ranked 6 as well. They're not messing around this season.
Yeah, Hillbillies were in action against Elmira tonight. All right, Culver and more scores coming up after the break.
Welcome back to High Desert Highlights. Now, Peyton, Culver started off the season red hot this year, and it was also, like I said, their homecoming night. So, you know, I think they wanted to put a big win over Lost River. But the Raiders, they weren't messing around either. That is Lost River rolling out, and Kyle Diaz finds Charles Overcash for a nice catch and throw. And this is the next play. Handoff to Diaz, finds room up the middle, and he is gone. Here's the 2-point conversion, and that's good. Just right up the middle, pounding it into the end zone. This time it's Kellen Dunley. He punched it in for 2. Diaz back for pass. Again, Lost River finds Colby Medeiros down the field. He makes the catch, and he's in for the touchdown.
I mean, this is just a Lost River offense that's really hard to stop in 9-man football. So much explosiveness, so much speed, and a pretty good quarterback for that level.
All right, and they got another 2-point conversion down the line. This was Culver looking to get something going on 4th down. Joel Taylor moving his feet, keeping the drive alive. Barely another 4th down. Mikey Huto with the wraparound. Another barely 1st down. They're just barely getting these 1st downs here. Another 4th down and goal, halfback toss pass. The referee got in the way there, but that was a fantastic play. Touchdown, Bulldogs, halfback toss pass. Culver, though, they couldn't hang with the Raiders. They lost their first game of the season, 36-12, and they dropped to 4-1 overall.
Yeah, Lost River, the #1 team in 2A entering the night. That leads us to our final scores of the night. So Culver taking their first loss, and Gilchrist on the road losing to Elkton. Elkton, a good 1A team.
Yeah, yes they are.
All right. Steele, time for our top plays.
All right, and it's time we head right back to my school, Madras. I mean, how good is this kick return, Peyton? I just can't get over it. Here's the kick. It looks like it's just a normal one. Number 9. That's a good number, possibly my old number. I can't remember. But he's going to the right. He's going to the left.
You don't remember your old number?
I do. It was number 9. It's a fantastic number. That's half the reason I think he scored on this play.
I mean, he broke several tackles on his way to the end zone as well. And you know what? You got to love it when your special teams chips in on a game like this. First win of the year for Madras. They had a lot of things go right.
They actually had a punt return for a touchdown that got called back because of a hold right at the goal line. That was also tough, but they got it back here.
Hey, that's some decent consolation. Okay, next we go to Crook County. They lost big tonight, but it's the Michael McKinnon reverse, and it really is about the top-end speed of McKinnon. And how about the Crook County blockers setting the edge for him and allowing him to get past the Mountain View defense that's been really solid all year. They have not allowed a lot of points to anyone but McKinnon, doing a lot of it himself. He had top-end speed for the touchdown. Next week, we have another great matchup, Steele, one to keep our eye on, Summit at Bend.
I can't wait. Bend went through a loss, but a tough team, and Summit, they're the top dogs.